The savings gap in the UK is a well-known and long-standing problem. We know from research that too many households haven't got any money on hand in cash savings if they need it for an ordinary financial emergency that can happen at any time. A quarter of UK adults have less than £100 in savings, and almost half of UK households would struggle to cover an unexpected bill of £300. This can be a problem if there's an unexpected expense. For example, if something essential needs repairing or replacing, or if living costs rise, or when people need to manage if income is variable, unpredictable, or lower than usual. For example, let's say someone's car breaks down when they're on the way to work. They might not have money in their bank account to deal with that emergency, but they have to pay for it right away. So what could they do? They might look to borrow the money, but not everyone has access to an overdraft, credit card, or affordable loans. They might be able to turn to friends and family, but not everyone has that option, and it can be fraught for those who do. It could also mean turning to high-cost credit options or illegal lending. Alternatively, they may be forced to cope by going into bill arrears or by freezing spending on essentials like heating or eating. Or they might decide not to get the car fixed, but that might affect their attendance at work and ability to earn. Without a savings buffer to give some financial resilience, the limited alternatives that people turn to can be harmful and can set them back. It's not just household finances that are hit. The stress and anxiety that people experience can have a negative impact on psychological well-being and physical well-being too. And employers are starting to get quite concerned about the effects that financial troubles are having on their workers' ability to show up at work and deliver to their full capacity. A quarter of people say that money worries affect their ability to do their job, and 1 in 8 people have said that they've not been able to attend work due to their financial problems. The lack of financial resilience in millions of UK households is hampering productivity and economic growth. Many employers are realising that supporting their employees to become more financially resilient makes business sense. At Nest Insight, we've spent the past 6 years working on how to solve this problem. We've identified, piloted, and robustly evaluated a solution that has had a game-changing impact on savings behaviours. It's inclusive of people who are less likely to already be financially resilient and more vulnerable to financial exclusion. We've worked with employers, including Co-op, Bupa, and Suez, and providers, including credit union Transave UK and employee benefits platform WageStream, to pilot new approaches to saving in the workplace. The evidence we share here is from real-world trials evaluated over several years, looking at behavioural data, what people actually do, in combination with qualitative and quantitative research, what they say and how they feel about it. All that huge amount of data has been really robustly analysed. Alongside Nest Insight's analysis, we've been working with academic partners at Harvard and Yale throughout. So, what's the answer? How do we support people to become savers? Our research shows that there are 2 parts to the solution. Part 1 is saving through payroll. Saving through payroll can be really powerful. The money is moved automatically, so once set up, employees don't have to think about saving. It's also moved into savings before people get their take-home pay, which can make it easier because they don't feel the loss of putting money aside. It's also partitioned away from their main account, and while it's always accessible when they need it, this partitioning can help employees stick to their saving goals. But although it's effective for those who start saving, there's one big problem. Sign-up doesn't reach anything near the levels we'd expect. In a set of Nest Insight trials between 2018 and 2023 with 5 employers, looking at the common model of payroll saving, where employees have to sign up to save, 46 out of every 100 eligible employees told us that they thought the product was useful to them, but only 1 in 100 actually set up an account. There's lots of reasons for the drop-off here. People lack confidence in themselves to sign up to become a saver, or they lack the time and mental bandwidth to sign up, or they encounter friction in the sign-up journey. The drop-off is frustrating. So we looked at improving the design of payroll savings to support more people who want to save to do so. And we found that part 2 of the solution is to take an opt-out approach to payroll saving. This model preserves individual choice. There is no mandating of saving, but it makes it more straightforward for people to give saving a go. In opt-out payroll savings, the default is flipped. If you want to start saving, you do nothing. It's the people who don't want to save who have to take an action. All employees are given information about the savings scheme with several reminders. If they choose to save, then it's all done automatically for them, and they start saving a default amount into a savings account that is set up for them each pay period. They can change that amount at any time. They can withdraw their money easily at any time. They can stop saving at any time. There are no fees or penalties. And if they don't want to save, they can take a simple one-step action to opt out before it happens. So let's look at one of the trials with Suez and their credit union Transave UK. Before the opt-out model was introduced, employees had access to payroll saving if they signed up. Only 1% of new employees to Suez actually signed up to save. But when the opt-out approach was introduced and new employees were signed up to save in the payroll scheme unless they said they didn't want it, that boosted participation to up to 48% of employees. That's a really meaningful boost in the proportion of employees saving, from only 1 in 100 to nearly half. This is similarly true in the next trials we did at Co-op and Bupa, with payroll saving offered through WageStream. Of new members to WageStream who had to sign up to save, only around 16% signed up. When they were automatically enrolled, unless they opted out, around 69% of new members started to save. These results are really unusual and could be game-changing. There have been lots of attempts to increase participation in saving through incentives, simplification, education, and message framing, and nothing moves the dial even close to this kind of boost in participation. Opt-out payroll saving is also effective in supporting people to build resilience. People who start saving, keep saving, and most build up savings balances. Employees typically save at or above the default rate of £40 a month. Employees save persistently, with the majority of those saving after 4 months still doing so after 18 months. And within 4 months, those saving have about £100 saved on average. Employees use their accounts actively, accessing their savings when they need them, and then replenishing their savings pots again. It supports different kinds of saving. People use their accounts for budgeting and cash flow management, to build an emergency buffer, and to save towards goals. Workplace auto-saving is also additive to people's contributions to their workplace pension scheme. There's no negative impact on pension saving, and in fact, short-term saving can support pension saving. Importantly, this approach is also really popular. Around 9 in 10 employees were in favour or felt neutral about their employer offering the opt-out savings scheme, whether or not they chose to save themselves. The employers we've worked with have had really positive feedback from colleagues. With opt-out payroll saving, individual choice is preserved. Save or don't save. It's not about getting everyone to save, but rather supporting those that want to get started to do so. And it can have really positive impacts on employees' financial well-being, with people saying they have greater peace of mind, feel more in control, and feel empowered as a result of becoming savers. Let's hear what employees had to say about it.
Once you get paid, obviously some will go into savings, which then makes it easier to save.
It's important for having security in a backup, and it's that comfort of knowing it's there, really.
I drive a car, I could have a breakdown that I never planned to spend on. I can always reach into my accessible savings, maybe take out £100 and sort that problem.
You don't notice it coming out because you never had it in your wages, so it's just, you know, what you've got for the month, and that saving's already been taken care of.
It's going to make it easier for you and be peace of mind for you, because it's not money that you're going to have to worry about taking out each month, because it's automatically done for you.
We now have a really powerful, proven and popular approach for addressing the UK savings problem and reducing financial worry in the workplace. There's huge potential to boost financial resilience in millions of households if this approach could be scaled to all workplaces. If you're interested in finding out more about opt-out payroll saving, you can find lots more details of the trials and resources like FAQs, guides and videos on our website.